Hey everyone, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. This is a heavily demanded video. People want to know how to fix the hinge on their Slim. The hinge on the Slim is a little more delicate. It's a little more smaller. The lid's a little smaller, easier to bang around. They end up being loose quite a bit. I was going to post this on my old channel, but if anyone who knows, I lost my old channel to hackers. So if you want the same Zippo Fanatic content, you got to come here to this channel now. This is my new channel. This is where I'll be doing all my posts on. I'll be doing unboxings, giveaways, live streams, tutorials, everything on this channel now. All the content you loved. You can still go back and watch it on the other channel, but I will be refurbishing all that content onto here and regrowing this channel. So please follow me here, spread the word around, tell your friends, go in the comment sections on my old channel, tell people where I'm at. And we can come back here and rebuild our community and have our fun again. So now, the Slim, the hinge is a little different. It's a little weaker, I find, and but that doesn't mean it's not a great lighter to use. Everybody loves the Slim. I know a lot of cigar guys who love Slims. So the problem you're going to see right here, this is a 1960s. I can't remember what year. Whatever the dashes mean. I think it's like a 64, 65 or something. I don't remember. And this is like a 77 or 78 or something. I can't remember off the top of my head, but this is a Niagara Falls one, and this is an American one. And the one thing you're going to notice is they both have overbites. They both have overbites. So when the first thing you know, when you see a Zippo with an overbite, any Zippo, big one, slim one, doesn't matter, that means the hinge is already loose because it's been dropped and knocked forward, meaning that the pins are already loose. You can see this one has I'm trying to keep this end still. This one has a lot of play. And let's check out this one. Not the same amount of play, but still a lot of play. As soon as you see an overbite, you can already know that your Zippo hinge is going to be loose. So let that be a lesson to you. Now, what you're going to need for this is you're going to need a set of pliers and you're going to need a set of grips. Just on standby. The grips tend to fit exactly in the Zippo across all the hinge pins for a good straightening after you tighten. So it's not going to be like that in here because they're a little thinner. So you're going to have to just use the corner a little more. You're going to have to know your angle. But I'm going to show you all this and how to do it all. So let's start off with the American one. We will fix this one first. So the first thing you're going to notice is that all three pins, I will point to you with my pliers, all three pins are on the outside. 1, 2, in the middle. The exact middle, the far left and the far right are on the lid, right? So what does that tell us? What does that tell us about the lid when we are going to tighten it? You could see one is already detaching a little bit, so you have to be careful. This pin, the ring that holds this pin is coming apart. So these are things you're going to have to be careful about, or you will break your Zippo. Make sure you inspect these very well before you decide to do any fixing on you when you watch my videos. Okay, so now the case, the hinge on the case are the two middle ones, and they're pointing towards the lid. So in actual fact, to tighten this, what you got to do is the lid pins, you got to tighten like this and give them a little bit of grip and move them inwards. The exact middle, the exact far left, and the exact far right. You're going to have to do it like that. Then you're going to have to switch the Zippo around, and for the case, because there's only two, you're going to have to curl them in this way, right? Because they start off from the case and they go around, and the pins, you can't see it here, but the pins aren't attached. They're not welded shut. There's a line there and they're all open, and you can open and close them, right? It gives the Zippo movability. It'll wear a little bit before it breaks. That's the whole purpose of it, if you're wondering why the hinge rings aren't attached. So we're going to start off first. Now, there is a little bit of overbite, and so when you have an overbite, what you want to do is you want to take these and you want to move your hinge back like this, and that will pull the overbite back. Now, if you had an underbite and the lid is farther back and the bottom case is exposed more instead of vice versa here, it'd be called an underbite. You would have to come over here, put your thing on it. You're going to have to use the grips though, I'm using pliers because they were in my hand, but you'd use the grips and you'd go forward a little bit. That would bring the lid forward enough to clear it. But then it's going to be wonky side to side because you probably didn't do it completely straight. So then you just got to do a little straightening out. But before we do any of that, tightening the rings, you might put it out of the whack a little bit, but since it already has an overbite, that's okay. So we're going to tighten the rings. So first things first, we're going to start with the lid rings, okay? And this is how the lid rings go. Okay, I want to make sure this is on camera. I can't actually look at the camera and do this. Okay, because it just sends me out of whack. That's not really where my hand is, so it just throws me off. So you get the first one. You get the first one and you tighten it towards the case. You squeeze. Hold on. These are my grandfather's pliers, so they're a little rusty. So you squeeze and you turn. You squeeze and you turn gently. And what I'm doing is I'm tightening the ring back around the pin by doing that. It's already getting tighter, I can feel it. So now we go to the outside one. We do the same thing. We grab the specific ring. We pinch very little. You don't want to break your Zippo. These are delicate. You don't, they're just thin strips of metal. And then turn towards the inside of the case. All right, so now we've got the outside one done and the inside one. Lid is already getting tighter. Okay, so now we have to do the middle. The middle will be the same thing. You will squeeze it and you will turn it towards the inside of the case. You are tightening it around the pin. You're helping it. Just let me get one more squeeze on her. Because sometimes I slip off, and you will too. You will too. There, that was a good one. Okay, there. Overbite's not completely fixed, but you're not trying to fix the overbite yet. You're trying to tighten the ring pins first. The rings that go around the pin. So now, we have done the lid. But now it's still loose on the case. There's 2 rings on the case. And now we have to do it the opposite way. We have to grab that middle ring. See right there? This is the ring I'm tightening. We have to grab that middle ring. Grab, squeeze backwards, and tighten it backwards. You got to turn these as you're squeezing because you're closing that gap. You're closing that gap. So I like to do them twice. I kind of slipped off there at the end. I didn't get a proper tighten. And there we go. Okay, nice gentle squeeze, nothing crazy. And you're forming it. Imagine you're trying to tighten it and form it around the pin. You're taking the ring, tightening it, and forming it around the pin. All right, so now we just got the other one to do on this side, and that will be all of them. All right. Okay, oh, I slipped off. You gotta watch. This is a tight job you gotta do. You gotta watch where you're squeezing. Okay, I'm on, and I'm tightening and twisting. There, look at the play on that lid now. I can't do it without moving the whole Zippo. See, it's got a tiny little bit of play. This was the worst one. You've seen how much play it had before, so this really worked out well. Now let's see about lid gap. Okay, so there is a little bit of lid gap. So now, how do you go about fixing the lid gap? Well, if you remember what I told you from earlier, we have to just squeeze these. We just have to squeeze these and push them back ever so slightly, just a fraction of a millimeter, because that's all the lid bite is. And we're going to fix that now. So we can get these in, give them a little squeeze, pull them back. That's it. Let's see if that fixed it. Okay, I was being too gentle. But you have to be, okay? Don't be afraid to make a few micro adjustments over one big adjustment. Be gentle. Do not squeeze hard. Don't pull back too hard. There we go. Okay. All right. See, now it's closing up. It is closing up. A little bit of a gap there. But I'd rather just be gentle and take my time. See, I'm being a little too gentle, but these slims, you'd rather do this 5 or 6 times till you get it perfect than to overdo it and just break your whole hinge. People have done it on my old videos. They commented. So I'm going to bring this just a little bit closer to my face when I do this. just because it's a little hard on camera to see what my adjustment is. Okay, I think that was it. Okay, let's see how it looks with the insert in there. Okay, it's still a little bit of a lip, so not done yet. One more little adjustment, guys. Hold on. I know it is frustrating, but this is what it takes. This is what it takes to fix your overbite. Okay, there it is. Look, no overbite now. Let's see how it fits with this slim in there. perfect. All right. That's good. All right. Perfect. All right. So everyone, that is how you fix the hinge on a Slim. And you know what? Repetitiveness is always good. So now we will take it on to the next one. We'll take it to the Niagara Falls. A lot of people said they like that I do this. I do it a few times and everything. Now, the ones on here are much easier to see. You can see the 3 lid rings, and you can see the 2 case ones. So we'll start off with the lid rings, where you got to remember you got to tighten them towards the case. Oh, slipped off. I start always with the far one. Then I start with the next farthest one, and I do the middle last. All right, and now the middle. I don't know if anybody's actually seen any of this. I hope you are. That's why I chose to do the 2 Zippos. 2 Zippo Slims. All right, sometimes you got to turn it around. Remember, you're still pointing towards inside the case. There we go. Got it. I did slip off at the end, but I did get it. I can feel that hinge is very tight. All right, so now we got to do the middle. Now remember, the middle go towards the lid. And here we go. We start with the middle. There. Oh, that one tightened very well. And there we go. Oh, that lid is, whew, that lid's good. And it fixed, sometimes when you're doing this, it will fix the overbite. This one has a slight overbite, but just because we'll bring it back a little bit more. We will bring it back a little bit more. Tiny, tiny, tiny. There it is. Okay. And there we go, guys. There is 2 zip. Okay, it still has a little tiny bit of a lip, but I don't use this one or anything like that. And the video is long enough. I don't want you guys to get too bored about this. But there you go. That is how you fix the hinges on a Slim. Just be delicate. Roll them back. Remember which way the pins are pointing. You got to know which ones are lid rings, which ones are case rings, and which way they tighten. And that's basically it. That's the main trick. And remember, everyone, subscribe to my new channel. I'm going to be live streaming tonight for anyone who wants to join. And I'm going to be pumping out more content. Hope to see you guys soon. I hope everyone had a good year. And I hope to see you down in the comments. Take care.